You get excited, sometimes maybe a little too excited, but when you see that, you get excited, and then, you kind of just start analyzing, okay, where are the defenders, how much room do I have on the sideline, but then once okay, now it's just a foot race. Then once it gets to a certain point, it's like, okay, it's just a foot race,
Jonathan Taylor bounces back from blunder with 218-yard, 3 TD day, keeps Colts playoff hopes alive. Jonathan Taylor wasn't dropping the pigskin prematurely this time. After a weaving 65-yard touchdown sprint in the second quarter Sunday against Tennessee, the Indianapolis Colts running back not only made sure he crossed the goal line with the ball, but he took it all the way up the tunnel, Bo Jackson style. In Week 15, Taylor released the ball a fraction before entering the end zone against the Denver Broncos, turning a lead-extending score into a touchback turnover that completely changed the tenor of the game in an eventual loss. Sunday, Taylor was out to make up for the error. Like I said, that was something that never happened before and would never happen again, Taylor said via the Associated Press. I already had predetermined in my mind next time I was going all the way through the tunnel. Taylor streaked through the Titans' defense all afternoon. After his 65-yard score, he went longer, adding a 70-yarder to open the third quarter. In all, Taylor earned 3 touchdowns as the Colts built a 38-7 lead in the third quarter before the Titans made it interesting late. Indy hung on for a 38-30 win. Taylor blasted off for 218 rushing yards with 3 scores on 29 carries. The Colts generated a franchise record 335 rushing yards. They broke the club record of 318 set in Week 5, 1956, when Dwight Eisenhower resided in the White House. You want to be able to run it every game, but obviously it was going good today and guys were popping it, Coach Shane Steichen said. Single game, franchise, record? Incredible. It's fun to watch. A week ago, Taylor's fumble short-circuited the Colts, who wouldn't score another point against Denver, and crippled their playoff chances. This week, his second quarter blast-off was part of a 38-0 run for Indy over the second and third quarters, with Anthony Richardson attempting just 11 total passes, completing 7 for 131 yards with a TD and an INT. The Colts did not hide their intentions to pound the Titans into submission. At one point, Indy ran on 12 consecutive plays over 3 possessions in the second quarter. That's kind of the exciting part, Taylor said. It's kind of when you start imposing your will, establishing that line of scrimmage. Those are the types of football games as a running back you love. Sunday marked the first time that Taylor had 29 totes since Week 15, 2021. The 218 yards were the second most of his career, 253 in Week 17, 2020 versus Jacksonville. Taylor has generated 10 games with 2+ touchdowns. Only Jaron James, 15, has more in Colts history. The win kept Indy's playoff hopes alive. Next Gen Stats gives the Colts 7-8, a 15% chance to make the postseason. With 2 games remaining at Giants versus Jaguars, Indy needs to win out and get help to get into the tournament.